The Lumina was a new line for Sonus faber at the time, and since then it has been nothing short of a raucous success. Not only for Sonus faber as a whole, but definitely for us here at Gramophone as well. And in this video, we're going to talk about the Lumina II, the slightly larger brother of the very famous Lumina I. Let's do it. Before we get into all those juicy details, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and click that bell icon. Now here is your question of the day. Have you been able to experience the Lumina line yet? And if so, what did you think? So a little more background on the Lumina line. Lumina stands for luxury, minimalism, and natural sound. Makes for a great name and a good acronym / contraction as well. And this whole line was conceived around the notion that everybody should be able to take some time out of their day and just live simply in the present and enjoy their music. I wholeheartedly believe that music is therapy, and it is one of those things that can take our million-mile-an-hour lives and bring it to stillness. Something we could certainly all use a little bit more of, I think. And this product allows so many more people to access that Sonus faber quality of sound that just takes you there. And now with the expanded line, it's easier and better than ever. So what is the Lumina II pack in here? Well, as you can see, the Lumina II is quite literally like a Lumina I, but on steroids, and it just grew a little taller, a little wider, in all the best ways. Still sporting the Silk Dome tweeter, the 1-inch DAD dome, or damped apex dome, which Sonus faber is famous for, and also it's my favorite Silk Dome. As you've heard me remark in the past, I'm not always the biggest fan of Silk Dome tweeters, but these are the most expressive, most athletic, and I think some of the most detailed I've heard, while maintaining that typical smooth quality of silk that has always been one of the pluses. All the good next to none of the bad. That's how you do it. Up from the Lumina I, rather than having a 4-inch woofer, we're now up to a 6-inch woofer. So the Lumina II is good for playing louder. I've noted about 3-4 extra decibels before this speaker begins to bottom out when you really push it. And these can take some serious volume. And I'm sure you can imagine larger woofer, more bass, right? You guessed it. Whereas the Lumina I produces about 65 Hertz down low, these can drop down an extra 10 for a solid output of 55 Hertz. Not bad at all for a still relatively compact bookshelf. But inside of here, the crossover network is a little bit improved over the Lumina I. This features Sonus faber's clarity caps in its crossover, and they do what they sound like in improving that high-end treble clarity a little bit, and even mid-range detail a tad as well. Versus the Lumina I, these just come off a little bit more transparent, as in a little more truthful. Really, you set these speakers upright, you sit down, you just hear the whole package of sound. It's not like you're listening to two different focused points of audio coming off either speaker, and they just mesh perfectly with a great soundstage for a bookshelf of this size and imaging that is crisp and on point. Leather-wrapped cabinets, the real wood front baffle available in Wenge Walnut or Piano Black. We're featuring the Wenge here today. This has been a super popular finish. I'm sure you can see why. Just great cabinet construction, especially for a speaker that is entry level. Of course, I do the entry level because with this product, it just punches so far and above, much like the Lumina I did. And on the back, we get quad binding posts so you can separate high frequencies from lows or incorporate bi-amping or bi-wiring if you so desire. But standard in the box are a nice set of bridges to just make running a single pair of speaker cables just as viable. And these easily accept bare wire, spades, or bananas. Flexible, easy to set up speaker. And on top of that, while we're on the note of connectivity, this is a 4-ohm nominal speaker. Now, it's not particularly difficult to drive, but it does appreciate a little extra juice if you have it. So just make sure your amp is good for constantly hanging around 4 ohms, but you should be okay. Listening to the Lumina IIs, if you haven't quite had an experience like this speaker before, something really worthy of being called hi-fi, it's going to rock your world. You're going to hear things in your music you haven't heard before. Voices are going to be front and center like the person is in the room singing to you. You can listen to these speakers for hours on end and walk away feeling completely refreshed and not taxed in any kind of way. Seriously, we've done it. Never mind the fact that everything in the Sonus faber catalog is basically a piece of furniture, equally pleasing to the eye as it is to the ear. I like looking at these speakers. I want to look at these speakers. So if you are looking for a product that takes every facet of your listening experience to a whole nother level, especially if you haven't been there before, and you want something that does it elegantly in all the categories and checks every box in its sound, in its look, in its presentation, and the heritage and quality of the product that you're buying, click the link down below, head to skybygramophone.com. You can check out securely, have them shipped fast and free straight to your door, and you can have all of this great performance for just under $1,200. And of course, stop by one of our showrooms. We have tons of Sonus faber on display, and we'd love to share it with you. It's one of the most fun things that we do in our day is demoing speakers. You'll find us in Timonium, Columbia, in Gaithersburg, Maryland, and don't forget to swing by our beautiful Kitchen Design Center in Hunt Valley for some inspiration on your next home project. All right, my friends, if you had a good time today, press that like button, chat with me down below in the comments, and don't forget about the question of the day. Sonus faber is an awesome product. I'm sure you guys know that by now, so thank you for checking out this video, and of course, be seeing you.